Hi guys, it's Angie with Fun Endeavors Tie-Dye Lab. Today I thought I'd make more of a freeform shirt with a mandala and spiral on it. The shirt was soaked in a soda ash solution for at least 20 to 30 minutes, then I wrung it out and it's turned inside out. I'm going to center this shirt, so I'm going to get the center of the front of the shirt right up next to the center of the back of the shirt. That way whenever I apply the dye, the front of the shirt will look more uniform and so will the back. This process is going to go really fast, but down below this video in the description is a link to another video which shows how to center a shirt. So the midline of the shirt is what is facing me. That's the middle of the front and the middle of the back of the shirt. I'm beginning by grabbing the corner of the shirt and folding it toward the midline, then making one fold halfway back. I'm going to grab a hold of the folds that I just made and turn the shirt over. I'm going to fold the midline back. And I'm going to fold it down one more time. I'm going to turn the shirt back over and fold that side one more time as well. So basically what I've done is made very large accordion or fan folds. The side that's facing me only has 2 folds on it, and the side that's facing away has all the rest of the folds, so it has quite a few other folds. As you can see too, the folds don't go all the way up the shirt. I'm going to grab the very end and I'm going to spiral it in on itself. So I'm spiraling it toward the side that has 2 folds. I'm not going to go all the way up the shirt though. I'm going to end before I get to the area that doesn't have any folds in it. I'm going to hold the folds in place with some kite string. I'm going to pull the kite string tight so that it holds the folds in place really well. So for the top part of the shirt, I began spiraling it just a little bit below the shoulder seam. It's a pretty small area, so I'm doing the best that I can to form some folds with the shirt, and then I'm going to hold them in place with some kite string. I put the shirt aside and allowed it to dry for 24 hours, but because of the weather, it's not completely dry, so the shirt is still just a little bit damp. I'm going to snow dye this shirt, so I've placed it on top of a rack that's down inside of a plastic tub, and I'm using some silicone cake molds around the shirt to form a barrier to keep the snow on top. There's a link below in the description for the video for where I purchased the silicone cake molds. I'm placing the silicone molds around my shirt, then attaching some wooden clothespins to the metal rack to hold them in place. Before I apply the dye, I'm going to add a few lines to the shirt with a washable marker so that I know where to put the dye. I'm beginning right in the middle of the shirt with Black Cherry from Dharma Trading Company. On one side of the Black Cherry, I'm adding shiitake mushroom from Dharma. Beside the shiitake, I'm going to add Bordeaux from Pro Chemical and Dye. Next to the Bordeaux, I'm going to add a line of Mocha from Pro Chemical and Dye. The very outside area is going to be Rosebud from Pro Chemical and Dye. Starting back at the Black Cherry, I'm going to add a line of Mocha on the other side of the Black Cherry. Next to the Mocha, I'm adding Rosebud. I'm placing shiitake mushroom next to the Rosebud. And the remaining area is Bordeaux. I'm going to add an additional sprinkle of soda ash on top of the dye. And I'm going to load on the snow. The snow that we got this time is a dry powdery snow, so I'm going to add several different layers of this. I think I added probably about 3 layers of snow all total. I kept checking the bottom of the shirt to make sure that the dye had come through to the back side before I quit adding layers of snow. Once the dye had come through really well, I just left the shirt alone and allowed it to process. Because it was so cold and I didn't really want to rinse the shirt out in the cold sink, I left it for about 72 hours. Then I took it to the sink and began rinsing in cold water. That will rinse out all of the excess soda ash. Then I gradually warmed the water up to hot and continued rinsing to rinse out any of the excess dye that hadn't reacted with the fabric. I put the shirt in the washing machine and washed it with some Dharma's textile detergent and hot water. Then I put it in the dryer and this is what it looks like. So I don't really know what to say about this shirt. I like it. It's very unusual. The Pro Chemical and Dye's Rosebud is what's responsible for the kind of coral color that's on either side of the shirt. Some of the greens and grays in the other colors, I think those are probably from the shiitake. I like the dark colors. I don't know whether those are totally from the Black Cherry or the Bordeaux or even the Mocha. I like all 3 of those colors, so I'm not entirely sure which one is responsible for some of the dark colors. I do have quite a bit of white left toward the bottom of the shirt, and I think that's probably just because the shirt was partially damp. The mandala area toward the bottom almost looks like feathers to me. I don't know, it's just very unusual. Like I said, I don't really know how to describe it. I just know I think it looks cool. I like it. So if you guys have enjoyed this video, I sure would appreciate it if you would subscribe to my YouTube channel by hitting the big red subscribe button. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you have a great day.